Hey friends, Bricky here coming to you from the edge of the animal kingdom where I'm staying in one of the hotels. And I thought for today's vibe stream, a one-shot unedited vlog where I'm just pausing and recording, I thought it'd be cool to show you around the hotel and maybe to catch an animal or two, because it's been very fascinating just seeing all of this every afternoon and morning right off of our balcony. And they're also out here at night, and they just stood in the rain last night, which was pretty wild, and more about the rain later. But as you can see, right now we have three of these dudes over here, and then we have two beautiful zebras hanging out. And earlier the zebras were just like taking a nap in the mud, which was pretty cool. But you can see, let me zoom out. But as you can see, the hotel wraps around in a half circle. So therefore, everybody that has a savanna view, you can see people over there on their decks, everyone that has a savanna view gets a pretty good shot at seeing a constant assortment of animals throughout the day. And the animals seem to change as the park workers come through here, or hotel workers come through here. Animal kingdom workers is probably the best way to say it. And they constantly lay out different vegetation and stuff for them to eat. But doing a little bit of studying, I realized a design detail that at first didn't make sense, but then became both great problem solving and fantastic design. So if you look behind me, you can see that there's this row on the bottom, right? That row right there. It's not really nice looking, but I thought, okay, that's so that the animals obviously can't like go up to somebody's room. It creates a separation of space. So I understood that. But then I really figured out what it is. That whole row right there, the first floor of the hotel, is actually parking. So when you come in on the other side, they have the earth graded up to the hotel. So the second floor feels like the first floor, kind of like the Utila doors or Utila halls, whatever it's called, over at Magic Kingdom. I'm still learning the language of these parks. Vacationer expert levels far away from me. But this right here is where you would essentially park your car or get dropped off and then go up. So it creates not only a space for the cars to go, but a safe space for the animals and guest flow. And I just thought that was really great, because from the other side, when we go down there, you'll see it looks like the earth is on the first floor, not the second. Magic. So if you look out from the street view, you would not think that anything was different about the first floor. You would just see that you could pull what you would believe to be underground to park in the garage, but you're technically parking on the first floor. And then right outside of the hotel, you can see a ton of construction that's getting ready to happen, as well as the outside world. And then another cool design aesthetic is the way that the hotel rooms are actually done in big blocks. Those big blocks allow each section of the hotel the best look into the cul-de-sac full of animals. So cool. And then as far as like hotel aesthetic, everything is pretty on brand, as you would imagine, with Disney design on the way that it looks and the way that it's themed to make you feel like you are in a safari type lodge. So something I find interesting is this is actually the furthest edge of the Disney property. So it's so far out on the edge so that the animals are a decent distance from fireworks and all that type of business. But it's so far out that from the hotel, you can actually see the real world, which really isn't the case for any of the other resort hotels. As you keep walking between these big blocks of hotels where the little triangles kind of like angle everybody in for the perfect view, you also get really cool view of animals. Where we can see these two just kind of chilling, walking around to see if there's anything good to munch on. But from what I've been told, all of the artwork that is displayed through the hotel is not mimics or recreation. It's all actual real pieces. Now, I don't know how well you guys can tell this, but the space in between buildings is smaller when the buildings are doing less of a turn. Therefore, here we only need a little bit of space, but as we got further down the cul-de-sac, that space becomes wider and wider if you just think about taking rectangles and placing them along a half circle. And then there are these roundabout sections where you catch the elevators, but you can really see some great views of the animals. My voice sounds crazy here, I know. But then when you step back, there's some of those authentic artifacts I was telling you about. And they have super fast elevators. So we're going to hit the second floor because the first floor is the savannah on one side, but parking to us. And because I'm not live streaming, I got a connection in an elevator. So yeah, you can really see that there are some interesting pieces, and it'll explain to you what they all are, which is going to kind of lead into my review at the end of this video of who I think this place is perfect to stay at if you're picking a resort at Walt Disney World. Oh, hello, sir. I wanted to show you guys this because this is the first ever drone. Bet you didn't know drone technology went so far back. So here's one of the little side lounges that has this cool couch area with a little fireplace. And then you can see how the fireplace is sort of illuminating up inside of these art pieces here, which I bet that's probably a light bulb, but gives the vibe. Fire's real. I can definitely feel that the fire is real. Lots of nice circular designs all throughout this hotel. All right, now we are in the main lobby area, and I don't have to talk like a psycho because I don't want to interrupt or make any guests feel weird. Why's that guy talking? But you can really kind of get an idea from here, just the scale of this lobby. Doing that Disney magic trick of an outdoor roof indoor, so it does give this a little bit of a village area check-in over on this side, and then like a hotel lobby bar on that side. Some art and some places to sit there in the middle. But probably the best part about the lobby is the ability to actually be able to go outdoors and be on Savannah level. Is it Savannah or Savannah? Savannah, on the Savannah. But as we go down low, here's that Sanaa that has the amazing bread service, but no bread for us right now. Instead of searching for carbs, we're searching for critters. But let me get down here in this corner so you just get the idea that this main atrium is pretty massive. All right, let's step outside and see what critters we can find. Ah, yes. The zebra. Oh, you're right down there. That's a pacifier. You don't want a pacifier. What are you, like a baby? Huh? What are you, like a baby? You're going to have a... Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're going to have a pacifier? Come on, grow up, dude. Grow up. Act your age. We have nicknamed the gentleman eating the grass on the left. That's Boss Hog. Boss Hog is a bit of a bully. Or is Boss Hog the one on the right? I think maybe Boss Hog's the one on the right. We've seen Boss Hog bully a lot of people. We saw him straight up just push a giraffe right out of the way. Like, come on, dude. This is Boss Hog's food.
I'm glad you were out there.
So check this out. We have, 3 giraffe. See, you out here, you always find like one animal. And then as you look around, you notice that there's way, way more. So we have 2 giraffes that are eating whatever they hang from the trees for them. And then you have, this one's name is Johnny come lately. And Johnny Come Lately is going to join his other two friends who planned ahead and got a reservation. Today's video is sponsored by Open Table. Oh, look at that. Johnny Come Lately just pushed his head right through there. No big deal. I don't care what you guys are eating. I'm going to do my own thing. And then, yeah, he's just too cool.
Oh, they're gonna go check on the hogs. So if you see that golf cart that's over there in the back, over underneath those rooms is what we call the Taj Mahal. So we have some Red River hogs that live there. We used to have a family as large as 8. Now there's only about 3 of them that are still here with us. But yeah, they stay on what's called our pen-based savanna. So if you go over to the pool that's over here, you can see them out on the savanna. But we bring them inside in the evening, unlike a lot of our other animals, because they're hogs, they dig and work, and if we let them out at night all day.
Here you can see a zebra just kind of going at his own pace. They leave the animals out overnight. Last night I went out on the balcony and it was raining really hard here, and I have some pretty amazing Magic Kingdom footage, of said rain. But I looked out and there was just some animals that were just out in the rain, all face down. I don't know if they were eating insects or stuff that sort of washed up out of the soil as it got saturated. I lost my zebra for a second. But yeah, this is pretty fascinating thing to have right outside of your hotel room. Like, it doesn't get old. Like, sometimes if you have a ocean view, you can be like, oh cool, the ocean's out there, wouldn't it be amazing to always have an ocean view? And then after a while you're like, yeah, it's the ocean. But because these are animals and they're always doing something different, and there's always a different assortment of animals coming into your space, and then watching the cast members drive through in the vans and feed them and love on them and bond with the animals, it's been pretty entertaining. So let's look back at that main atrium that we were in. And you can see this is a pretty massive building. Obviously it keeps sort of the aesthetic all the way around. This building definitely has more design to it. The main lobby building has more design to it, more of that African style design that we're looking for, but it's a little chill over in the hotels. The hotel design is not my favorite, but kind of figuring out the whole first floor, second floor gimmick, I found that to be pretty interesting. And turf war. See what I mean though? Like, you just can kind of walk around and always find the animals up to something. Oh yeah, look at these two going at it. Look at that wingspan. Very cool. Oh, and our zebra friend who was drinking water over there has gone over to see their other zebra friend off there in the distance. But you can see there's lots of different multiple tier common space. Up here's some common space. Obviously this belongs to everybody at the hotel. And I share that information just to let you know if for some reason a Savannah room is not available, you can always come down to these common spaces, or if you're looking to save some money, because obviously looking out at all the animals is going to cost more. If you stay on a parking lot adjacent room, you do have the ability for you and your loved ones to still get to see the animals with all the different areas that they have for you to go enjoy them on your own. For example, you can see the boss hogs hanging out there, and then those windows underneath the archways, that is where you dine when you go to Sanaa. So even if you're staying at a parking lot room, saving a little bit of money, or couldn't get access to one of these animal adjacent rooms, you could have breakfast or dinner in there and just get a beautiful view, like right down on their level. And it seems like there's always animals kind of in that area. So you're not really getting cheated in any way. Look at those horns. We've been debating, those things have got to be hollow, right? I mean, imagine having that on top of your head the whole time. What a strut. What a strut. Oh, and then those two are still eating, even though Johnny Come Lately turned his nose up at it. So it's just informed that sometimes in the evenings, this is actually a little bonfire that they have out here.
Hello. That's got a pretty good view of a variety of species.
All right, let's head up to some of those decks so you can see some other of the shared space views. And then to wrap up, I'll give you my review on this hotel and who I think it's perfect for. You can see the artwork up there that really shows you that the buildings don't have a lot of right angles. It's way more of a free-flowing type design. And basically all of Animal Kingdom and here, it gives me Galaxy's Edge vibes, obviously done by the infamous Joe Rohde. And I definitely see, I know this was done before Batuu, but you can see where this job got him Batuu. Because in art, everything you're doing is always a sort of a tryout, if you will, for your next big gig. You know, everything you're doing is just what's going to land you your next piece. So you could definitely see where he earned trust by Galaxy's Edge. I'm sorry, by Animal Kingdom to get the gig for Galaxy's Edge. Everything you do is an audition for the next one. A little bit worn out. Me and Adam the Woo got into quite the adventure this morning, but I still wanted to bring you guys the vibe and thought, you know, this is a pretty mellow place to do a pretty mellow vibe stream. Do you see the hidden Mickey? Do you see the hidden Mickey? I hope so, because this one's pretty obvious. I saw it right away. You're not fooling me, sir. In the rug?
Yes.
All right. Oh, in the rock.
Too easy for you in this area.
In this area. Ah, right there.
Yes, sir.
Right there, stamped right into the rock. Thank you so much for showing that to me.
Excellent.
I appreciate that. So we're coming up the stairs, though, you get an idea of looking into this main area. I'll show you guys like one of the little areas where you can wait. Everything's done in this half circle type design. Has that authentic Africa type vibe to it with the color palettes, textures, the various patterns that are used. So you really know where you're at. All right, let's see. I'm gonna get us out onto that balcony right there. So now we can do the boss hog from above attack. And then two of the cuckoo birds. And right down there, that's where we were just at. And there you can see the two responsible giraffes. And then Johnny Come Lately has moved back over there. Because, you know, Johnny just rolls at his own pace. So we get another view of one of the boss hogs. That's definitely not the boss hog. But then you have these two birds over here that are just kind of hanging. The one thinks he's so much better up on that rock. It's nothing worse than a cocky bird. Gotta show you the front. Bring you out here. Oh, Disney cartwheels. Music to my ears. You see they have this cool wall of lanterns, which is really inviting when you come in at night. Elevator to the garage, taking you down into the first floor, because technically we are right now walking on the second floor, which is pretty cool. All right, so what I think about this place is as follows. I have been thoroughly impressed by the amount of animals and the attention, the detail with the animals, and seeing the cast members give the animals the TLC and hang out and bond with them. Like, I saw an ostrich get so excited that a woman on a golf cart, cast member came out there, that the ostrich like dropped down on the ground. She was scratching his butt, scratching his neck, really enjoyed himself. And so that part is really fascinating, because I do not enjoy zoos whatsoever. I find it to be very depressing. But these animals have a tremendous amount of space. They're in their own zone, no predators. So from the animal perspective, it's really cool. But who I think this place is perfect for, I'm gonna say families with young kids. Because if young kids get busy and tired out at the park and they need to recharge their batteries, You could easily always say, do you want to go back to the hotel and see the zebras? Do you want to go back to the hotel and see the giraffe? There would be an allure to get younger citizens of the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World back to the hotel. And also, if you wanted to do your vacation to where it's theme park day off, because you maybe have, grandma and grandma with you, or somebody that has a little bit of problem keeping up and doing miles and miles of walking, this is a great place because there's plenty to do just at your resort. There's a pool that I haven't even gone to, and just kind of hanging out and seeing the animals is very relaxing. So I would say that it's perfect for young families, and why it's not perfect for people that doesn't have young families is it's swamped with children. If you were on vacation and you wanted to be able to go out and have a relaxing dinner, it's just not going to be the place it's going to happen, and that shouldn't be your expectations. You're kind of staying at a zoo hotel, and so therefore thinking that you're going to have like a quiet breakfast or a quiet dinner, chances are it could happen for you, but there's a greater chance that that's not going to be the case. And for people that don't have kids, being around kids is a different level of energy, so therefore on vacation might be something that you don't want to deal with. And I also have one other person that this place is not perfect for. Calling all you ride rippers, park rippers, rope droppers, park closers, you're very, very far from the rest of Walt Disney World properties, right? Like, you're very far from Magic Kingdom, far from Epcot, Hollywood Studios. You're actually even far from Animal Kingdom, which is technically what we were just looking at, connects with Animal Kingdom. But you're so far that there is no resort at all that is walking distance from this hotel. So your entire trip is going to be spent riding buses. There's no monorail, no Skyliner. This is going to be a bus hotel, and I don't bus, so therefore the whole time we've been here, we have been taking advantage of Ubering. So we just Uber out in the morning, come back in the afternoon, relax, and then Uber back out in the evening. But that can be pricey and doesn't fit into a lot of people's budgets. I know a lot of you enjoyed this detail yesterday over at the Starbucks that had the hole for the one palm tree to come through. Well, Disney thinking they're twice as good as Starbucks. How about that? 2 palm trees going through the hole. But all in all, I have to say, I really enjoyed staying here. Spending, sometimes $50 to $100 a day in Ubers. Not that big of a deal. Not ideal, but definitely not right for everyone. So if you were to stay here, you'd have to keep in mind that you're pretty far from things. So doing the quick split the day, go back to the room, maybe use your own bathroom or take a little quick nap or shower, drop in, do some work, whatever it is you have to do in your midday, give a little one a nap. It's probably not very realistic to stay here. But I did enjoy it. Being around the animals was really cool, like way better than what I thought that it would be. I really, really enjoyed this. Like, I can't stress enough how it doesn't get old. So I had a great stay here, but if I'm being honest, this wouldn't be my first option. And if I didn't stay here again, I wouldn't feel like I was missing out on anything. But to go back, a young family looking for a way to motivate kids to stay at the hotel, or family that has, maybe some older people in it that can't do all the ripping, this is a really good escape. And if you're on this side of the property, the rest of the world doesn't even seem to exist. And this is the DVC house. There is a whole other one that I hear is a little bit nicer, which is for regular hotel guests that are coming in and buying single nights or, weeknights, but not part of Disney's Vacation Club. So friends, standing on the edge of the Savannah, I feel like I've been saying this wrong, and don't worry, you'll let me know if I did. This is the wrap up of Vibe Stream number 2, where I just want to kind of show you guys where I've been at, give you my thoughts on it. The design is fun, the animals are fun. It's just not the most convenient place that I've ever been. But, no hotel's perfect, because some of the convenient places are pretty rowdy and loud. And this one's been pretty mellow, except for the 2 kids that I heard getting into a fight the other night through the wall of our room. And these kids were like dropping a lot of F-bombs. So, interesting family that was next door to us. Nonetheless, thank you so much for going on vibe stream number 2. I'm sorry yesterday's video didn't have an ending to it. These are one take vlogs, no editing, just pausing the recording. And getting used to this new app, and I ruined yesterday's ending. So I just thought, boom, I got back to my friends. That's the perfect ending for that story. And today's perfect ending for the story is me saying goodbye to you from the edge of the savannah, where I've been looking at all these animals, and I'm getting ready to go check into the Star Wars Hotel as one part of my vacation wraps up, but a whole new chapter is starting right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time catching the vibe on the vibe stream, patent pending. Do you guys know what Kuna Matata means? It means time to check in at the Star Wars Hotel. Thumbnail. Put it at the end. Nobody watches this long anyways. They'll just be like, where did that thumbnail come from? It came from the end of the video. By the way, I'm in Adam Wu's video tomorrow. You're going to love it. It's awesome. I'm not going to make this the focus of today's vibe stream, but I just want to let you know this is something that happened. It's something you'll see soon on the channel. Yeah, me and Wu rented a boat and went all around the Seven Seas Lagoon.